Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're really serious about playing the guitar and you're above 40 years old, if you have time, only if you have time, this is a long video, a longer video with no very minimum editing. If you're that kind of person who wants to learn and just intently listening and watching to learn while you have your guitar with you right now, this video is for you, okay? 40 years old above, if you have stiff fingers, if you feel like you have stiff fingers, stick with me. I'm going to show you some techniques that might help you in your guitar journey, okay? If you're a beginner. If you're not a beginner, if you're younger and you want to shred, this video is not for you. This is a long video. This is for 40 years old and above who can be patient and, take our time with this video, okay? So let's start. Learning guitar 40 years old and beyond is absolutely doable. Check your hands first, okay? Make sure your hands are complete and you can still move most of your fingers and you can still curl them like this, okay? And check your ears also. If you have tinnitus, do you have hearing degradation already? It's still possible, okay? Now, if you can't move all your fingers right away, it will take a little more exercise. It'll take a little bit more time and exercises, okay? So let's put ourselves in the situation where you have a little bit of stiffness already on your fingers. What you can do is focus on a few fingers at a time, 2 fingers at a time for now. So what you can do is not play chords yet, but for exercises, you can do some finger exercises like what I've always shown in my videos. The first one, you checked out that video, but I'm going to show you right now. It's just 2 fingers and 2 frets each time, like that. And then move up the strings, like that, okay? Now, it might be fast. I just played it fast to save time, but you can play it really slowly. And you'll find out that there is a certain amount of pressure that you need to fret to make a clear sound. It doesn't require a lot of pressure, especially in this part area where the nut is. That's the most difficult part so far, or the most challenging part so far. So try it here. If you're doing that, if that happens, make sure that your thumb is behind the neck of the guitar. Relaxed here like this. All right, and then you just try and keep on plucking. If you're getting that sound, you put your finger closer to the metal fret. If this is the first fret, this is the nut, closer to that first fret here, and then slowly add pressure until the sound gets clearer, right, and bright. Now you don't need to add any more pressure than that. You'll find out that it doesn't require a lot, right? So from here, from this sound, add pressure until you get to that sound, and you see how much. Assess how much pressure do you need. If you press too much, that's waste of energy, and that will hurt your fingers. So that's it. That's all you need. Move up. Remember to breathe in and be relaxed, okay? Then next. As long as your guitar is set up properly, that you should be able to do that, okay? Next finger, the second finger, the middle finger, it's the same thing. And then stop adding pressure when you hear that sound. Move up again. If you're hearing this on the thicker string, like that, adjust, relax, and then add more pressure. That's it. Now, once you get that right, 2 fingers only, okay? So we have if you're using a pick at this point, just down plucks for now. I've been thinking this should be up and down. That's for later, okay? Down plucks for now. Okay, and then now you up plucks, okay? Up plucks. And then now you can do the alternate picking down, up, down, up. Okay, that's 2 fingers. Do that for a week. You know, after a week, you'll feel good, but make sure you don't wash your hands right away before and after. I mean, wait for 15 minutes. All right, you might damage more. You can get more damage, nerve damage. I already have it. Okay, so don't worry. We have it, as somebody says. We have it worse. Okay, yeah. So let's say you did that. You feel better. You followed through. 3 fingers now. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Assuming that you did it right, your first and second finger should be good. Okay, now third finger. Look for the pressure that you need. That's it. That's all you need. Breath up. If that's happening, adjust, adjust. There, okay. Let's assume that you got that already. 3 fingers now. Down plucks for now, okay? If you're having trouble doing that, you have to go back and practice those 2 fingers, okay? But I assume that you practice at this point, so there you go. The sound doesn't matter, meaning the pitch. There's no melody, okay? We're just practicing your fingers, making it flexible again. Assuming that you practice that, let's add a pinky. The pinky is the most difficult, right? Your ring finger's okay, but the pinky is the challenging part. So here's what you need to do. Relax, okay? Pinky here, not doing this. Look at the thumb, not doing that. It should be here, behind the neck, okay? Look for that comfortable spot where you can just relax. Move your wrist around while your pinky is on that first string, 4th fret, okay? Look for it. Look for it. Look for that good spot there, relaxing spot. And now stop. Breathe in. Okay, here we go. Let's play that pinky. If you're getting that, use your thumb. Pressure with your thumb and your pinky. Okay, so. Okay, you got it. The bigger fingers were fine, but now you need to think about the pressure from your thumb and the pinky squeezing, okay? There you go. Okay, up. Next. As you go up, move your wrist lower, move your elbows lower, shoulders relax. So the wrist is doing a little bit like that, not too much, just adjusting a little bit, okay? And why do we do that? Of course, we need to reach the strings higher. I know your pinky is long like that, but we don't fret it this way. We need to curve it like that. So we need a little bit more of that wrist movement down like that, okay? There you go, pinky, and then okay. Don't mind the sound. Again, we're just working on those fingers flexibility. All right, that's good. If you got it, good. We may sound like a really beginner. That's fine. We're beginners, right? There. We're not. Don't mind the other comments when you hear comments like you sound like a beginner, because we are beginners. All right, we're beginners. So they're buzzing on the strings. That's fine. That's fine. We're just working on the fingers. Okay. All right, so assuming that you got it right, we move it up the next string, okay? Same technique. Same feeling, relax. We're not trying to make the greatest tone here, we're just moving our fingers, practicing your fingers, making it flexible again, all right? Okay, our main goal eventually, as an older guitarist, is to be able to play finger exercises with a relaxed body and seamless, like that. Okay. Now sometimes we forget about the plucking hand. Also practice separately: down, up, down, up. Down, 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 up, 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 up. So down, up is the alternate picking. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And even before you do that, you have to hold the pick properly. I mean, meaning there are many ways to hold the pick. It really depends. If you look at the great guitar players, they hold the pick really weird, you find the way, find your comfort zone, the grip. So let me show you. One grip is a technique of holding the pick is first hold the pick like this, and put your index like this, and hold the thumb in between. So the pick is in between the index and the thumb, right? And you have to point it towards the guitar like this. So you're doing that, and then relax your wrist. Okay, relax your wrist. Another way is instead of pointing your index finger to the guitar along with the pick, is you curl it even further like this. So you're like making a fist like this, yeah. And the pick is in between still your thumb and your index, but you're making like a really fist. So some players do this too, and they have great success with that too. Okay, try that if you feel comfortable, like a fist. That sounds really bad, but just practice on those strings. Okay, really rake it. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just try it first. If you make mistakes, that doesn't matter. Just experience it first, okay? And then another way is loosely, just without grip like that and pointing like that. Earlier it was pointing like that. You can still move it more curled like this, but you're not making a fist. This is loose. So you can do that too, okay? And then adjust your thumb also. You kind of do that thingy, okay? Look for the grip that you're really comfortable with and what works in the beginning. But then later you'll find out, okay, in different situations, you hold the pick differently in different musical situations. So for example, if you're hybrid picking is not just using the pick, you're also using your other fingers. So let's say I need to do that. I'm using the pick on the third string, hammer on like that, and I'm using my middle finger and my ring finger to pluck the second and first string on this fifth fret. So I'm doing that instead of just the pick. That's fine too, okay? But it really depends on the situation and the technique you want to use, or on a particular riff of a guitar. So sometimes I find that I want to just leave the pick away and do the I'm just plucking thumb, index, middle for this riff. It's better with an electric guitar, but on an acoustic guitar, it's okay. Like that. You know? So it really depends. Just know that there's no one way to hold a pick all the time. If you're shredding, yes, there's this hard grip, you know. It looks hard, but when you're actually you're holding the pick really loose, but your hand looks hard, like really tight. But it's really just holding the pick very light, you know. Because we don't really need that big effort when we're shredding on an electric guitar. It only requires a very small movement. Okay, on an acoustic guitar, it requires a lot more, and you can hear each mistake, by the way. Okay, because of the way the strings are, how thick they are, it's more difficult to shred on an acoustic guitar, obviously. Okay, so yeah, those are the picking techniques, and then. Now, once you get that right, maybe in a few weeks or a month, you'll notice if you did everything okay correctly, you'll notice your fingers getting better, getting more flexible. Just don't. Another reminder is just make sure that you don't wash your hands before and after. Wait 10 to 15 minutes, especially after practicing. Okay. All right, so next is the ultimate goal is to be able to play up and down the string. And also the fretboard, okay, going up. It doesn't matter if you make mistakes. The point is making your fingers available, okay, when we need them. Now I can play it faster that way because of the down-up picking. I remember when I was younger, like in high school, I didn't know about the alternate picking technique. I just know the down. So I was like, how can they play that fast, pick that fast? I couldn't do it. And then I discovered when I went to college, I discovered that, oh, okay, down and up. Down up. I did that. So, it opened me up. So, so all I have to do now is do this and make sure that my left fingers, my fretting hand is keeping up with the speed. Okay, so yeah, it opened me up. So, yeah, that's basically it for this lesson for now. And I hope this helps you out, really, if you're 40 and above. Comment down below if what your struggles are. I want to hear your thoughts, all right, and your struggles and your story. So, hope this helps you out again. I'll see you in the next video. Good luck.